Hi, it's Nick here, and it's the end of January. As you can see, harvest has started. So harvest has been very, very early this year. We found that everything has probably moved about a week to 10 days earlier. So we've taken in some Chenin and taken in some Chardonnay. The reasons which led to the slightly earlier harvest is a lot of heat that we've had in the last few weeks from Christmas time. Also, we've had a very, very dry growing period. So the last rain we've had in October, and of course this has brought the harvest earlier. But at the moment, Christo is busy green harvesting. Over to Christo.
Morning everybody, Christo here. We are sitting here in a block of Cabernet Sauvignon and we are doing the second part of green harvesting. That's basically removing all the bunches that's less than 50% at 80% horizon. So you'll see on this vine here, there's one bunch that it almost looks like a Smartie box, what we call Smartie box. So there's a lot of green, more green than red, and we will basically remove this one now at this stage. And then we'll look at all the other bunches, and we'll see some of the bunches with the points that's a little bit undeveloped. We will just cut it away there as well. And then the first part of the green harvesting was removing all the shoulders. So you'll see here that there was a bit of cuts that was done previously. That was removing the shoulders. Why we do all these actions of green harvesting is just to make sure we get the right berry size, right coloring within in our bunches for better extraction in the winery.
We're so fortunate to have Christo in the vineyards overseeing the quality. But back to harvest. On the 22nd of January, we started harvest quite a bit earlier than normal with some Chardonnay, some young Chardonnay, Stokkopolki from Oldenburg. We've also processed some Chenin Blanc, and the quality is looking great. But there's a slight change in the production process at Oldenburg this year. We've actually sold some of the tanks that were in the background here, and we've moved our whole sorting and production process inside. What this does is it keeps the cold chain, because of course, as you know, at Oldenburg we don't compromise quality. Everything's picked by hand to small 18 kilogram lug boxes and then put into our cooler overnight to cool down to about 8 degrees Celsius. And then we bring it inside here where we have a lovely cool ambient temperature, because of course we've got cooling running on all our tanks, which keeps the cellar nice and cool. Everything gets hand sorted for the Chardonnay and Chenin, straight up into the press for whole bunch pressing on a slow champagne cycle. This makes sure that we have the best quality grapes to go into barrel for natural fermentation. So all this talking has made me really thirsty. Let's head up to the tasting room where we've got some new members that have joined the Oldenburg team. Hi Greg.
Morning Nick, I've already reserved a table for you. Nice to see you.
Thank you. So Greg, you've been at Oldenburg since October last year. How's the journey going?
Well, so far so good. It was actually quite good to start just before the busy festive season, but it was actually a great time to start, and it's been a great journey.
Okay. And tell me, these little badges that you have on your shirt here, what are they for?
So the round one over there, it's a wine of diploma from Cape Wine Academy. And then the grapes are pretty much the SASA Junior Sommelier qualifications. So one qualifies you in wine academics, the other one in service of wine.
Okay, no, brilliant. Well, then you're really qualified to pour us a glass of wine.
Yes, well, let's go with the Per Se 2020 Cabernet Sauvignon. So this is actually what we serve in the Rondekorp series from our Zalto ranges, a nice old Bordeaux Zalto. And we have to decant it because of the Coravin. We just need to open it up slightly so that it's ready to drink.
Yeah, so giving it a lovely bit of air there in the decanter.
Yeah.
Yes, the decanter.
No, so just a bit of air. You don't want too much of it, but it starts opening up the wine quite nicely.
Because of course with the Coravin, it puts it under gas, preserves it for a month or two, depending on how much you use the bottle. So of course you want the wine to develop slightly. Well, yeah, so just looking at this wine, I think we've got something to toast. So
yes,
Anthony Mueller from the Wine Advocate and RobertParker.com spent some time with us last year, and he rated this 2020 per se Cabernet 95 plus, which
Yeah.
means 95 and higher out of a 100-point scale. So yeah, it's one of the highest scoring Cabernets in Stellenbosch. So it's definitely somewhere we can drink to. Tell me quickly, Greg, what do you pick up on the wine?
So this is actually quite a leading Cabernet Sauvignon from the Stellenbosch Bangkok Valley. It's actually quite well represented to lead with the 95 point. It's very much deserving of it. So what I get from this is your typical Cassis Cabernet Sauvignon, but what I love about it, and even when I tell my guests this, is that it's just got such elegance to it. It's beautiful year, 2020. But on the nose and everything, the flavor profile, it's quite pronounced. The tannins are well integrated. The oak integration is absolutely beautiful. It's just enough for this wine. It's absolutely, the wine speaks for itself. You almost pour the wine and let it do the talking for you.
Yeah, what's great about this wine is it's actually from a single vineyard on Oldenburg, Coffee Clip Vineyard. The vineyard is now going on for its 19th year, so one of the oldest vineyards at Oldenburg. A lot of iron in the soil, and we get great acids on these wines and low pHs, which means this is a great wine for collecting and putting away.
Yes, no, you can see when you pour the Per Se 2015 with the 2020, you can actually see this one standing strong. So it's quite nice to see.
Brilliant, but I'll drink to that. Let's taste.
Me too.
And welcome to the Oldenburg team.
Cheers, thank you.
Cheers.